Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Full Stack Adda. In today's video, we are going to learn about loops and break continuous statements. Loop. So, as per its name, a loop executes some set of statements or block of code repeatedly, continuously until a certain condition is true. Normally, what if condition and switch statement is when the condition is true, it executes some statements for only one time. In case of loops, these loops will execute those set of statements continuously until the condition is true. Once the condition is false, it stops executing those statements or block of code. There are 5 loop statements in JavaScript: for loop, for in, for of, while loop, and do while loop. We'll learn about each one with the example. And break statement, I will try to explain with an example, but on high level, break statement, it is used to terminate the loop condition when a particular condition is true. We use it inside a while loop in any of the loops, so we will see with an example. And continuous statement, it is used to skip one iteration of a loop. So better understand these two, break and continue, we will learn with some practical examples. VS Code. First, we will learn about for loop syntax. How to write a for loop. We use for keyword and parentheses. In this parentheses, total we will have 3 sections. The first section, initialization. Here we declare a variable. We can call it as a kind of index. Usually we use that variable to run this loop. And second one, condition. So it tells the for loop to continue further iteration or to stop. And in the third one, here whatever the variable we declare in the first section, that variable value we can increment or decrement. And open and curly braces. Within this open and curly braces, we can write any number of statements. And if there is only one statement, these options are optional. Let me show you a small example. Here I have, we write for keyword and within the parentheses, first section is initialization. Here we can take one variable. I took I and I initialized it with 0 with the keyword semicolon. And the second part here we need to write the condition. So here in this example, I need to print numbers starting with 0 to 10 up to 10. So that's why I wrote the condition I less than or equal to 10. Means this for loop runs until the I value reaches 10. When the I value becomes 11, it stops execution. And in the third section, here we have I++. For every iteration, it increments the I value by 1. And inside for loop, here we are just printing the I value. First, let me run this program and we'll explain how this one works. Just press Ctrl F5. We can see. So how it works, first this initialization part, it will get executed for only one time in a loop. Now it gets executed, I value is 0, and this condition part will be checked. I less than or equal to 10, 0 less than or equal to 10, so condition is true. Then control comes inside for loop, and here we have console.log I. We are printing the I value, so 0 will be printed to the console. Then control goes to the third section. this one increment or decrement part. Here we are incrementing the I value by 1. Now here I becomes 1. Then for loop checks the condition I less than or equal to 10 means 1 less than or equal to 10, condition is true. Then control comes inside for loop. Again it prints the value 1 and it goes to the again third section, this increment or decrement part. Now I becomes 2 and again it will check the condition 2 less than or equal to 10, condition is true, and it control comes inside for loop and it prints that value. 2 will be printed. Like that the for loop runs until I value is 10. When I value is 10, the control goes to this one, I becomes 11 and condition will be checked. 11 less than or equal to 10, condition is false. So for loop stops its execution. So this is how for loop works. Next, for in. So syntax is we write for keyword and within parentheses here we declare a variable and in keyword, and right hand side we specify is the object name. So for in loop basically it is used to iterate the object properties. So far we didn't learn about object. Object is basically contains the key value pairs. It contains key and corresponding value. Like that it can contain any number of key value pairs. So to iterate the object we use the for in keyword, but most of the times it is very rarely used, but it is good to learn about the for in loop also. Here also same, if there is one statement, this open and close curly brace is optional. Let me show you demo. So here as I said, object contains key value pair. So here I want to store information about a person. So I took the variable person, and how we declare an object, like we with the help of this open and close curly brace. Inside this open and close curly brace, here we write a key first name colon and its value, key colon first name, sorry last name another key and its value Bajja, with comma separated. So we will learn object is a separate topic. We will learn. For now just learn is a object. This is the way to write object in JavaScript, and to iterate these keys we can use for in loop. The syntax is for keyword, and in between we use the in keyword. For in keyword, left hand side we declare the variable and right hand side we specify the object, and this for in loop runs until it completes all the properties inside a object. Now here we have two properties, so this for in keyword runs 2 times, and each time this key variable will contain whatever the keys inside this object. Here we have first name one key, last name another key, so this key will contain the key names, and retrieve the value for that key we can simply specify object name, the square brackets, within square brackets we need to pass that key name. So if I run this one, in the first one we see key name first name, and in the second one we can see its corresponding value. So this is how for in loop works. Next, for of. The syntax is we first write for keyword, and within parentheses it is similar like for in loop. Instead of in operator we use of operator, and left side we write a variable, and right side here we write a array. Object means it's array. So it is used basically to read or iterate array elements one by one, and open and closed curly braces. And if there is like previous two for loop statements, if there is only one statement, these open and close curly braces are optional. So let me explain this for off with an example. So here we have an array. Array also we will learn now in the upcoming videos. For now, just think array is a collection of elements. So now here we have an array 5, 7, 1, 8, 9 elements, and now we need to print elements of this array. So we can print using for. We write for keyword, and first we write the variable of keyword, and right hand side inside. Now here we are printing it. Run. See, you can see the array elements 5, 7, 1, 8, 9. So this for of every time it will take one element, assign elements to I and print. Again it will take second element, assign to I and print. Third time it will take third element at the index third and it print it. Like that it will read all these array elements one by one and print it. And can also print using foreign, and also we can even use the first for loop also to print the array elements. All basically we can use all loops to print array elements. So the second one using the foreign. Here in operator, left side variable, right side array name, and let me run this one. And the J, here we get the index values. 0 in array index value starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and array of that index number, it returns the value in this array at those particular index values. So this is about for of. Next, while loop. While loop syntax is while keyword, and within this parenthesis we write the condition and open and close curly braces. Here we can write any number of statements. If there is only one statement, this is optional, but basically if we need to increment the operator, but for while loop we always keep the open and close curly braces. And where for while loop variable declaration happens before the while loop. Let me explain with an example. So the first example which we saw using the for loop, we can rewritten using the while loop in this way. First we declare the variable let I equal to 0. So and then while keyword, and inside this parenthesis here we need to write the condition. Body we are printing I value and increment it. So how it works, like initially the I value is set to 0, and while loop I less than or equal to 10 means 0 less than or equal to 10, condition is true, so I value gets printed. Next I value increments by 1, I becomes 1, and 1 less than or equal to 10, condition is true, 1 will be printed. Then I will become 2, 2 less than or equal to 10, condition is true, 2 will be printed. So like that if you print, it will print the values up to 10. When I value is 10, 10 is printed, I plus plus 10 becomes 11, 11 less than or equal to 10, condition is false. So this while loop will be terminated when I reaches 11. So the syntax is we first write the do keyword, and within the parenthesis we write the statements, and while keyword, inside while here we write the condition. Whereas in case of while loop we first write the while keyword, within the while keyword we write the condition. So in the while loop from the first iteration onwards, condition will be checked and the body will be executed. But in case of do while, For first iteration the body will get executed, and from second iteration onwards the condition will be checked. So this is the difference between while loop and do while loop. While loop will always checks the condition from the first iteration onwards. Do while loop, it for the first iteration it doesn't check the condition, it executes for one iteration. So from second iteration onwards it checks the condition. Let me show you sample example. Here we would like to print elements from 1 to 10. So here I declared a variable let I equal to 1 and do keyword and printing the I value and incrementing I value, and I am checking the condition I less than or equal to 10 or not. If I run it, so we can see values 1 to 10. So it works like first I is declared and assigned with the value 1. Do it prints the I value, that is 1, we can see, and I plus plus. Now here I becomes 2, and in the while it checks the condition 2 less than or equal to 10, condition is true, so 2 will be printed, and in this line 2 becomes 3, and here we are checking the condition 3 less than or equal to 10, and like that it goes until 10. When I value is 10, I10 will be printed, 10 becomes 11 here, and 11 less than or equal to 10, condition is false, so this do while loop stops its execution. So this is how all these for loops works. This one, this for loop. So far we have learned for loop, for in, for off, while, do while. So all these loop statements overall goal is same, to execute some set of statements or block of code continuously until certain condition is true. When the condition is false, these loops stops executing the set of statements or block of code. Now we will see break statement. So here I have a requirement, my for loop runs 10 times, but when the value reaches 5, I want to stop this for loop execution. So we can achieve this using the break keyword. Here we have a for loop, initial I value is 10, and here we have condition I less than or equal to 10. So this for loop runs basically when up to I value is 10. When I value becomes 11, it stops execution. And here we have I plus plus, and inside body here we are printing the I value, and now here we have the if condition. When I becomes 5, we have the break keyword. So this break keyword basically terminates execution of this for loop when I value is 5. Let me run this. You can see in the console 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can, even though this for loop prints the element values up to 10, but we got the output up to 5 only, because when the I value reaches 5, this condition becomes true and this statement gets executed, it will stop this for loop execution. So as its name says, break. So the break statement, we use it to terminate loop executions. And also another use case, we also use the break statement inside switch statement also to stop case. When the particular case is matched, to stop its execution, we use break statement inside switch statement also. So continue, it's a reverse of break. Break stops the execution, but continue keyword, it skips that particular iteration only, and remaining executions will be continued. So here we have a for loop which normally prints the values from 0 to 10. Here we have a condition when I equal to 5, this continue will be executed, and after that we have console.log log of I. Basically it prints the I value. So 0 to 4 will be printed. When the I value becomes 5, this continue statement gets executed, and whatever the statement after the continue, this console.log, it will not be executed. This statement will be skipped and control goes to here, and I becomes 6, and from 6 to 10 will be printed. So overall output we get like 0 to 4 and 5 will be skipped and 6 to 10. Let me show you output. So if you observe the output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. After 4 we don't have 5 because when the I value is 5, this continue will be executed, and after the continue we have console.log, right? It will be skipped. So now we can see after 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is how it works. So overall, break statement is used to break the loop execution, and continue statement is used to skip that particular loop iteration. So in this video we have learned about the 5 loops, how they work, and also break statement and continue statement. So I strongly suggest you, whatever we learned, small examples for each loop, practice those small examples. It helps you a lot to really understand how these loops execute. Thank you. See you in next video.